Hey, welcome to Miss D6 Women's Sports.
Hey, how you doing? So I want to come up here right quick, and I've been noticing something. Well, I think you notice it too. You've been following these two young stars that I'm about to talk about, Shedeur Sanders and Angel Reese, and they both have something in common. They're young, black, and rich. And some people kind of it rubs them the wrong way. I mean, let's be real. Um, they have a lot in common, and I want to talk about Shedeur first because he's been in the spotlight. And before I get into that, I want to show you talk about some of the differences between, the similarities. The similarities is they were stars at college. Both did very well in college. Angel won a championship. Shedeur was pretty good at both schools he was at, Jackson State and Colorado, and they was up for awards and they was highly touted. But when it came to the draft, both the WNBA and the NFL draft, for some reason they both slipped. Angel Reese should have been a top pick or a top 5 pick, and she slipped to 7. And Sheduer Sanders was supposed to be either a top 10 or a first rounder, and he slipped the 5th round. And you ask yourself why. Both exhibit high confidence, hard work, and a belief in themselves. And they're very visible. They're very eccentric. They're very outspoken. And that's seen to rub people the wrong way. And instead of focusing on their play on the field, which has been excellent, they focus on what they thought was arrogance and not being a team player. So, with that being said, let's start with Shedeur Sanders. As I stated, he's a 5th round draft pick, and he's supposed to be like at least a first rounder. I'm like LeBron, not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but the 5th round. And of course, we know the 5th round. There's no guaranteed contracts. He got a guarantee, but it's usually not. Um, I feel sometimes he's been punished for the sins of the father. His father, of course, is Deion Sanders, very outgoing, eccentric, boisterous, not only with his the way he spoke, but the way he dressed, the way he carried himself. That rubs some people the wrong way. And Sheduer he's flashy, but he's not like his father. And early this week, the 3rd round selection at quarterback to replace the veteran Joe Flacco was Dylan Gabriel. So the media, they decided to jump on Sheduer, who kind of previously said that he think he should be a starter. Excuse me, what's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? So Rex Ryan decided that he wanted to drop a bomb on Shedeur's ego and over his head. So let me share my screen. Fair use. This comes from Jason Whitlock, who's also has some issue. I don't think he has issue necessarily with Sheduer. He has some long-standing beef, it seems like, with Deion Sanders. So fair use. Let me share my screen. So he did a segment on Rex Ryan, who has some interesting choice words. Rex Ryan was a former coach in the NFL. He coached under the New York Jets, and this most recent one. And so let's get into it.
Stefanski is an outstanding coach. All right. But why the hell isn't he putting Sheduer Sanders? We're all waiting to see the Sheduer Sanders be the guy or Gabriel, whatever. Something's missing. Something's missing with this kid. This kid talks. He runs his mouth like I could be a starting quarterback with his arms crossed like this. Get your ass in the front row and study and do all that. If I know, the whole league knows. Quit being an embarrassment that way. You got the talent to be the quarterback. You should be. You should be embarrassed that you're not the quarterback now.
See if they make a change there.
Woo. That's a great piece of tell.
So he's not arrogant. I don't know where Rex Ryan get that from. He's not cocky. He's not arrogant. He's confident, which is what should be. The quarterback has to be the most confident person on the team. You're going to take all the hits. You're going to get all the positive feedback and a negative feedback. And I don't think he's not a hard worker. He just said he should be a starter. Yeah, I know he's a 5th round pick. But why are you talking to him and giving him opportunities to talk if he's the 5th round pick? The media seem like they want to stir stuff up. Earlier this week, they was asked some questions about Dylan Gabriel, and he basically played the mind. He was kind of act like he couldn't talk a little bit because no matter what he say, they're going to critique him, as we see. So, not only has Rex Ryan going after him, but Jason Whitlock. So let's go back and see what Jason has to say.
Television from Rex Ryan. Hats off to Rex and ESPN. So we're finally, this speaks to a cultural change. This is a black quarterback he's talking about, and he's talking pretty salty and spicy about him. And I think he's talking accurately about him. He said, if I know other coaches around the league are talking about it, you're lazy, you're not a leader, you're not at the front of the meeting room, soaking up everything you can. You're whining and complaining that you're not the starting quarterback. Hats off to Rex Ryan. Steve, your thoughts?
Well,
how do you know he's not in the media room in the first row? And just because you're in the first row don't mean that you're not going to learn the plays if you was in the 3rd row. And how do you know he's lazy? Where do you get that from? Did anybody in the locker room say he was lazy? Did any of his teammates say he was lazy? Where are you getting this characterization of Sheduer Sanders? Where are you getting this from? It's weird. You keep putting the microphone in his face. He is the 5th round pick. You don't talk to Dylan Gabriel. So what you want to say? Well, yeah, Dylan's a good quarterback, and I don't want to start. Every quarterback want to start. There's not a player in that locker room, no matter what position, that don't want to start. So of course you're gonna vouch for yourself because even though it's a team game. Even though it's a team game, it seems like sometimes you have to vouch for yourself. It's doggy or a doggy world, as they say. I can't even say it. And it's sometimes the NFL, any sport, any pro sport could be individual. I don't know no quarterback that's gonna, not be sad or that they're not starting. Why wouldn't you think that you're just as good as the other quarterback? That don't make sense. And like I said, did his teammates say he was lazy or is arrogant or he's a bad teammate? Where are you getting this stuff from? So you asked him, how did this tie in Angel? Because Angel went through it first. Angel was the 2024 pick in the WNBA draft. She had high expectations. The year before the 24 draft, she won a championship, and she continued to break records at LSU. But for some reason, a lot of teams passed up on her, and they didn't see the value, just like they don't see the value in Sheduer. And she was rumored that her attitude and things of that nature. So they going through the same thing. So she could teach him a little bit about something, even though she made a comment and they trying to twist her words as well. So Sheduer decided to play a mind instead of just answer the questions. Well, it's like almost if you damn if you do, damn if you don't. So he needs an outlet And that's why I said he should kind of give Angel a ring on how to handle some things. Now, let's go to Angel. Angel decided after the situation where she got suspended for talking about how she wanted the team to move forward with certain things, and it was taken out of context, and she was suspended for a game. And the WNBA, I guess a lot of other leagues, but the WNBA do exit interviews at the end of the season. And some of her teammates did the exit interviews, and she decided to skip on it and kind of clear her head a little bit. And it's almost been like close to a month since the season ended. And so, like I said, you damn if you do, damn if you don't. So Angel Reese decided to skip the exit interview. Of course, some people are like, okay, they jumped on her. But you have a member of the media, the big media, decided to say that she shouldn't have did that, and she should be professional. And what fans don't know is that the exit interview is not mandatory. So why are you jumping on that, young lady? So let me share my screen. So this is Isis Young. She was a former WNBA player, and now she's in the media. She does commentary for many different outlets, CBS Sports. But this comes from Yahoo Sports, fair use. But also, this comes from another site, but fair use. All right. Let's play it.
Former Chicago Sky guard Isis Young has stirred headlines with her blunt remarks about rookie sensation Angel Reese, leaving fans and analysts buzzing as the team heads into an uncertain offseason. In her exit interview, Young delivered a fiery message that went beyond the typical reflections players usually share, directly calling on Reese to elevate her approach both on and off the court. Her words, "Be a professional," have quickly become the most talked about soundbite, underscoring ongoing questions about team dynamics and the Sky's future direction. Angel Reese, the highly publicized forward out of LSU, has been one of the most polarizing rookies in the league this season. Known for her rebounding dominance, fiery personality, and unapologetic confidence, Reese has become a central figure not only for the Sky but for the WNBA as a whole. However, her on-court bravado and off-court persona have also sparked debates about maturity, leadership, and the pressures that come with being a rising star. Young's comments appear to tap directly into that narrative, adding fuel to ongoing conversations about whether Reese's style meshes with the demands of professional basketball. For Isis Young, who played a limited role with the Sky, the decision to...
So, I'm sorry, I had to stop there right quick. So, you see the similarities between how Sheduer Sanders and Angel Reese are it's very similar. The confidence is viewed as arrogance. They're viewed as not great team players. The same labels they put on them unnecessarily. The same labels. Polarizing, and it's almost like for them it's damn if you do, damn if you don't. So confidence is arrogance. Saying that you know you could do this is arrogance. You're a bad teammate. And I noticed another thing. So go back and look at the introductory, or go back and look at the drafts of Angel Reese. They did a war room and a war room with Sheduer Sanders. You notice it seemed like they took Sheduer Sanders out of pity, even though I think he's better than a 5th round pick, and they took Angel Reese out of pity because the general managers and the upper management did not see the value in them. They was not going to draft them, and they didn't look too happy in both situations. So go check that out. And so I wanted to come up here and I just noticed a parallel between the two. And so Angel, like she said, she's unapologetic, and so is Sheduer. And so I want to play some of the what Angel had to say. Fair use.
Let's make some things clear. Hi guys, welcome back. Season 2, Unapologetically Angel. I am so happy to be back. We have time to catch up. So many things have transpired since I think the last episode was March. So I'm really happy to be back to update you guys on my life in my own words from my own podcast, because that's what it's all about. Like being able to have my own voice, my own platform. It's important. First, I want to give a special thank you to.
Okay,
Let's crack some tea real quick.
Let's see what she said. Get off her chest. Always with the tea, huh?
Let's make some things clear. Just because I'm fine does not mean that I don't take basketball serious. Like that whole gag, like let's give it up. Like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Like you gotta talk to my mom. Like I'm sorry. Like I'm sorry. Like being fine is just I have to. Like it's my thing. Like I do. But I also hoop. Like I got up this morning and worked out. Like went to get my makeup. I maximized my full 24 hours. So I am very sorry. Actually, I'm really not sorry, but I'm sorry to those that feel some type of way that they can't get twisted. I'm in the gym. My trainer's here. All 3 of my trainers are here. Don't worry. I will be in the gym. But I just have to get that off my chest. Because that little whole like get in the gym or get in the kitchen or it's corny. So I'm gonna have like when y'all see this big event coming up, like don't say she's transformed and become this. Like just tired. Give it up. Anyway, this next segment is brought to you by NBA 2K, my favorite video game.
Okay, hold on.
Like
let this commercial play.
and I always had like this mindset, like you have to bring something to the table, and I can always rely on bringing that to the table, regardless if my scoring wasn't where I wanted it to be. The best advice that I received this season, and who was it from? It was probably from Teaspoon. She told me never let anybody take my joy. And some parts of the season, I was like, oh, like I'm not loving it, like I'm not having fun. And she used to be like, you cannot ever let anybody take your joy. Like she's been through it. She's been through it all. So that's something I can say that's always been in my corner through the ups and downs. She told me right from wrong, when I was wrong, when I was right. Like being able to have somebody that's a legend in the game that has done all the great things that I want to do. I think that was really helpful for me this second season. My goals going into the third season. I feel like we just ended the last one. Just continuing to grow and get better. I think I showed a lot this year too. I think I gave myself a lot more grace than I gave myself last year, and all the pressure that I wanted to show for. I feel like when I always used to pray before every game, I used to say like, you don't care, you have nobody to prove anything to but God. And I played, I think for that purpose. I didn't have anything to prove to anybody but myself. So just being able to know that and see that, I think that was great for me. That helped me a lot this year. But also like for my third season going into it, I think just me continuing to just show more. Like I think I showed a lot. Just know like there's a lot of great things that are in store for all the fans. And I'm just really excited just to help and continue to grow women's basketball. My favorite game day fit this season, top 3. Who else ate the season up fashion-wise? She's for best rebounder in WNBA history. How does that feel? I would just continue to believe in myself. I think this was the first season where I really put myself first. Like I was like, forget everything else. Like I have to put myself first for my own mental sake. Like I've gone through everything and seen everything. So this was the first time I really like sat and was like, okay, like you have to put yourself first this time and just.
So, you notice they say that Sheduer and Angel are selfish, but they're very unselfish people, especially Angel. She always think about her teammates. She do the dirty work. And they going through a lot of pressure no matter what they say. Somebody in the national media gonna have you gonna have some supporters, but you also gonna have some detractors. And so they're going through that, and that's why I said, wow, their situation is very similar. They supposed to got drafted higher than what they did, but they didn't. Every time they say something, it's taken out of context. And people is trying to kill their joy and trying to hold them down and say negative stuff and just trying to destroy their career for some reason. And that's what it seemed like. So I just want to come up here and say the similarities, and we're gonna see how it's gonna work out. I think it's gonna work out fine for both of them. It's gonna take some time, and it's gonna take some time, but they'll get there. And then both will succeed because you can't hold talent down no matter how much you try to. You cannot hold it down. That's unstoppable. They two unstoppable forces. So, this is Miss D for 61 Sports. Please like, share, subscribe, and I'm out.